Hi guys, good morning. It's July 31st, 2026, and I'm Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop. We are on our free Sewcialites block 23. There are 2 blocks remaining plus finishing, so thank you so much for everyone who's been sewing along. It's so fun to see all of your progress. After that, we have a lot of fabric previews. So each couple of months, sales reps come around at the same exact time. So we just bought Ruby Star, Moda Riley Blake, Henry Glass, Free Spirit, all kinds of stuff. We're going to show you what we just bought, actually the last 2 days. And that way you can either click to be notified or pre-order for when it comes in. I have been busy working on crochet projects from Lori Holt's newest book that I'm going to show you, and that'll be super fun. And then we have a couple of new things. So we're going to jump right into Sewcialites block 23. This week it is designed by Jackie McDonald of Sweetfire Road, and I'm going to be making the 6-inch block. I'm demoing that today with the Lighter Rose collection by Bunny Hill Designs, and then we have blocks and pop-ups to show you after the tutorial. And Sweetfire Road is a designer for Moda Fabrics. They design lots of quilt patterns, and there are lots of different styles of patterns. They're pieced, and we sell them both paper and PDF. This is just an example of some of their patterns, and these patterns all coordinate with their fabric collections. This was one of my favorite fabric collections from them, and it was called Through the Woods. So she is a designer. Her most recent fabric collection is called Merrily on High, and it's a Christmas collection with really cute, I love the gingerbread men. So really cute Christmas group. And this is in stock now, and I really do like her polka dots. I kind of think this would be a good basic polka dot since it's really tiny and there's not really anything out there right now like that. So we're going to jump into the tutorial. Oh, the block, sorry. Jordan's going to show you her block. She is sewing her block with the Wild Briar collection by Moda Fabrics, super cute, and so she's just using the blue from that collection for this block. And that collection is coming out in October 2026, so you can click to be notified when it comes in at Fat Quarter Shop. So for Sewcialites, we give you free block patterns for 3-inch, 6-inch, and 9-inch. I've been demoing the 6-inch, and this block is basically 2 different units. One is a 5-patch, one is a 9-patch, and then one is just rectangles and squares with corner squares on the edges. I prefer to press this one open, but if you press according to the pattern, seams will nest. And this sample block was pieced according to the pattern. So you can do either way, whatever you prefer. I think this block is really fun because you get to use 4 different fabrics. If you're interested in the Bella Solid we used, all of that is on our information packet that is free online. And we're just going to jump right in. I'm going to start with the box unit. So that is going to be 2 C's, 2 D's, and then 1 fabric A. And then that is going to be sewn together with a 1/4-inch seam pressed, and then add these 2. Then we're going to add corner squares. But to make this go a little bit faster, I'm going to do the 9-patch at the same time. So the 9-patch is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to move the letters off just so I don't get confused. So basically, I'm going to sew down here a 1/4-inch seam, and then I'm going to add this and stop. I'm going to sew these seams, stop. We're going to press and then keep adding, and then this one will be done, and all we'll need to do is add corner squares to each corner here, and my other two are already done. So now we're going to go sew. I'm going to start with a 1/4 inch foot. So here is my 1/4 inch foot. And you'll see that I started with the 9 patch because I have this chain together and I want to add to the side, but instead of breaking the chain, I'm going to start the next one, pull that off, and then it kind of keeps my chain going without having to stop. So now you can see I pulled this back off. Then I'm going to add the other side, and then when I'm done I can finish the pink on this one right after.
Kimberly,
yes.
Some people have noticed your new nail polish color.
Oh my gosh. So I got them done last night. There's a new trend. And when I was on vacation, I was on social media because my husband made me get on the train. I'm going to be mad at him for years. While I was on the train, I was looking on Facebook because I never look on Facebook, and they said there's a new trend called coconut something. I don't know, coconut something. I don't know what it's called. I took a photo of it to my nail lady, and she recreated it. And then it was funny because she didn't like how it came out. She was like, well, next time we're going to do this different. And I was like, it's really fine. It's no big deal. So yes, it's some kind of trend that I'm trying to copy. Do you know what it's called, Denise? Coconut. It's some kind of, I don't know. And then I'm moving Emma back, oh my gosh, in like a couple of days to college. And I thought, well, if I have lighter nails, when I chip them, you won't be able to tell as much. Okay, so I'm pressing this open. Hello from Oklahoma. Today is my 58th birthday. So happy to be watching your live on my birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. Somebody asked me how old I was yesterday, and I was like, oh, I don't know, 52, 53, 51, I don't know. One of those. I would like to know where Kimberly found the pattern for her cute pink baby crochet blanket. So I got that from, Denise is going to tell you the name.
It's from Daisy Farm Crafts. It's called Crochet Cottage Lace Blanket, and I did throw the link in the chat for you guys.
And it's a completely free pattern. So now I'm going to go back, and I'm going to actually do this seam first, then this seam, because then I can pull this off, add the other one, and then come back to this one. So I do plan it so that I have the least amount of, I guess, transitions. And I guess it's just, I try to be efficient. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do this weekend because I have a lot of quilts to make, I have a lot of crochet to finish, and I have a lot of cross stitch to do. And I think I'm getting depressed because my daughter is going to go back to college and we haven't even done anything for her room. Last year she did all this artwork, she did all kinds of stuff. This year she's doing nothing. So see, now I can pull this one off and then add this one, and I haven't broken my chain. So hopefully that's making sense to you guys. I did get to see a peek of some Moda that's going to be coming in the future, and oh my gosh, there was some stuff that I was like, oh my gosh, my bank account is going to be negative. Okay, so then I'm going to pull this one off, making sure I add to the correct side because, you know, I wouldn't want to add like that, but I have done that before. Let me know in the comments what size blocks you guys are making. I think most of you are doing the 9-inch. And then after this, we're going to be doing corner squares. So I'm going to change my foot so that that's done for when I come back. And I'm going to retreat in a couple of weeks, I think like 3 weeks. And my sewing machine at home is broke, so I had to buy a new one. So I bought a new one from Juki Junkies yesterday, and they already shipped it. So I'm super excited. I'll have a new sewing machine for retreat. Because if I take the one here, then Denise can't do finishing, and I'll be gone for quite a number of days. And then the place that has the retreat, they sell these Laura Star irons, so they said I could borrow one so I don't have to pack it this time, which is really nice. The 1/4-inch foot I got from Juki Junkies. If you call them, they have a link, and then I think Denise has a link too. You know, off the top of my head, I don't know what it is, the name of it. So, okay, so here, I'm gonna kind of trim this up. You can kind of see that right there. That'll drive me crazy. So I'm going to trim this. Well, it's a little bit smaller than 3.5, so I'm not going to trim it. I was probably talking too much. Yeah, I'm not going to trim. But what I am going to do is show you. So this is 3.5 wide right here. And this is a little short of 3.5 wide. So when I put my corner square, I'm going to line it up here instead of here. So now I'm going to take these background squares, draw a line from corner to corner. Darla just ordered Coven this morning. Yeah, it is so pretty. And you know, if you want to see some of her cross stitch, this week on our cross stitch floss tube channel, we showed her brand new cross stitch stitched with the Coven. And you can jump over there and subscribe to that channel. Coven, I'm sorry. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use this glue. It is called Seam-Align glue. And I'm just going to put 3 little dots. Okay, this happens sometimes. What I have to do here is use a pen. I haven't used it in a while. Am I doing the pixelated quilt on retreat? Yes, I am. That is going to be the first thing I do. It'll probably only take me a day because I go pretty fast. The only thing I'll say is I love the retreat, but it is in the middle of nowhere, and that means there's not a Starbucks around, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. So when I do this, I put 3 little tiny dots, and then I kind of use the tip right there to place it. You know, and you could use your finger, but then you might get glue, but if you can use the little tip to your advantage. And then at home, what I like to do is really let it dry so that it doesn't rotate or move around or anything. But what I'm going to do is stitch on the line, cut my stitches, and then just go all the way around in a circle. Now you could actually stitch from here to here, but that's just too much work. So hopefully I have this placed on here accurately. I'm going to sew on the side, sew on the lines. Some people sew to the right of the line. I prefer to stitch on the line. Okay, so now I'm going to cut a 1/4 inch away. There's a comment from Jera. I'm trying to get the cloth for the cute honey jar cross stitch on set with Kimberly. Will you be getting more, or what else would you recommend? I'm gonna let Denise answer because I don't know what you're talking about. Denise is gonna look, she's gonna answer. It was one of our stitch quarterlies, right? Yeah. So she's gonna look up the pattern name and the cloth because I have no idea. So from here, I'm gonna press open.
Also a comment, the Coven fabric collection, we are going to be doing a trunk show next week for all the quilts. Robin Pickens sent them to us.
You might have to show Kevin all those quilts. Someone said buy a jug of tree from Starbucks. They don't sell jugs, but last year what I did is I took an unsweet jug from Chick-fil-A, which is, you know, it's good, but it's not perfect. The other block. Let me see. I'm gonna follow this so I do it the same way. Pink. Okay, so one thing I wanted to point out here, first of all, my sewing is not that great today, is the way this is written, you can do your rectangles horizontal, or you could put them vertical. In the end, it really doesn't matter. I would just say put them both, you know, the same direction. From here, I'm gonna do a lot of pinning. And I'm gonna do it like this. This is kind of the angle I like to do it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is flip this over, pin at the end, and then hopefully this will make sense. Okay, I eyeball it at this point. But right there, Jordan, can you zoom in? Right there, you can actually tell what the 1/4 inch seam is because the intersection right there, see that little intersection? And then I'm gonna eyeball the 1/4 inch seam where the blue is. Remove my pin. I try to keep the pin straight. Remove the pin and replace it. And after you've done this long enough, you will be able to eyeball where to pin. If you're not there yet, you could draw lines with a friction pin. That would disappear later, or whatever type of marking pin you like to use. So that's there. Then I'm gonna do the same thing over here. And you know, one thing that's really funny is I was sewing something recently. I don't remember what it was for, but it was for the channel. And I hadn't pinned this block. I didn't realize there were points that lined up, and I went to iron and I was so horrified, but somehow my lines, like my seams lined up. I was so excited. That's the excitement of my life, is if a seam lines up. Okay. So now I'm gonna sew 1/4 inch seam down. Okay, so right there, you can see I pinned it and there's a little bit of a hump right there. I'm gonna pull this and that's gonna even out that hump. Hopefully that worked. If you sew accurately, you wouldn't have to do that, but today my accuracy has not been great, apparently. Okay, I'm gonna see if these lined up. Ooh, they did. This one's a little off. I'm not gonna fix it. I'm gonna leave it. And then this one on the back, this seam turned in, I'm just gonna press it that way and consider it done. On point, this would be a really cute XO quilt. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Then I'm gonna press these open and then I'll pin while I'm at the ironing station. One thing that I really like about this ironing board is this is metal under here. It's like a cage, so you can kind of see the metal, and that's where the air comes up. So this will not fall. So that's like a really fun thing because I have like these everywhere. Okay, so now I'm gonna put these together. If you want to, you could kind of even right here, you could make this straight, but I think I can make it work without doing that. So again, I'm gonna do the crazy pinning. I love it when seams match perfectly without pinning. Yes, me too. And then here, I might just eyeball it instead of putting the pin in, and I'm able to do that. Yeah, Starbucks, if they sold a gallon of tea, that would be great, because then I could do that and then spend less money. I will say we went on vacation to Chicago, and I only went to Starbucks twice. I was about to die. As soon as we got to the airport, I was buying Starbucks. And I have TSA and Kevin does not, so I will go through the TSA line as quick as possible to get a Starbucks so I don't have to hear him tell me that I don't need a Starbucks. It's a joke. We're just joking. But on the way back, he signed up for TSA, and I was like, oh my gosh. So now I'm not gonna be able to run and get my Starbucks. I'm half kidding, half not. Okay, now I'm gonna sew a seam. Hopefully all my points match up. Match up. But my block is very wonkety today. And I wanted to point out, it is, you can leave it there, Jordan, it's wonkety. Some days my sewing is perfect, and some days it's not. And I think it's just how you're doing that day. Like today, this is the one that Teresa made. I probably had a little bit too much caffeine today, so I'm a little bit hyper, or something like that. Doesn't mean you're in a bad mood or good mood. It just means different days based on your, yeah, you know what I mean. So see, that's wonkety. See the little wave? So to make sure I get this as good as I can, I'm gonna use this horizontal line across that entire seam and then press instead of just trying to line up the side. If you line up a seam, it's going to be more accurate. And then I'm going to rotate, and you can see I'm nowhere near, look at that, like I'm way off. But what I'm going to do here is line up the top line and trim. It's going to cut some of this off, and this is going to be a little short. So your blocks don't always line up. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Tell us about my Starbucks tea order. Oh, I get a Venti or Trenta black iced tea, extra ice, no water. And we went to this Starbucks store that was 3 stories, and they had black tea, and it was called Monkey Black Tea. And I was like, okay, that's fine, but like, is it gonna taste good? And it was good, but I was gonna look up what that actually means, and I haven't. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you Gina and Pat Sloan's blocks. So the block I made is in the top left, and this block right here is Gina Tell's block. She used Wild Honey by Lila Boutique, and this is a 3-inch block. And then Pat Sloan made a 9-inch block using Rosy collection by Fig Tree. And so the 3, 6, and 9 all are free sizes that you can get on our site, so you can make any of the blocks. I'm going to also show you the 9-inch blocks we made here. Teresa made this block using American Gatherings 3 by Primitive Gatherings. And if you want to know the exact Bella solid she used, that is in our download sheet. This one Nova made, it's from In the Garden by Corey Yoder. And then Denise made this one using Blueprint by Camille Ross Kelly. And I'm going to get to show you Camille's next collection in a little bit. And I was going to keep this one with it just to kind of show you how it matches the next collection. And then and then we're going to show pop-ups from the Sewcialites Lounge. So we're going to show all of your blocks real quick. So we have Barbara Matson, block 22, getting towards the finish line. I have enjoyed this sew along so much. Thank you, Fat Quarter Shop. Debbie Jill Wayne, such a sweet little block. Oh my gosh, so cute. I love in Sewcialites block and Sewcialites Lounge when y'all like tell everybody the block is up. We have to do that so our search engine caches. Jody Hart Lab, weeks 22 and 23. Looking forward to the setting instructions. Teresa Johnson, just a few blocks behind, but blocks 22 and 21, just 3 more to go. Super cute. Tracy Pace Miller, she's all caught up. She's using the Sun Washed collection by Corey Yoder. She's making 9-inch blocks. Thank you, Fat Quarter Shop, for the fun patterns. Thank you for sewing along. Bethany DeVries shows her blocks, and I think that is maybe Wild Honey by Sweetwater, or it might be Sweet Fire Road collection. Patty Craven Taylor, number 9, Daylight block is finished, and I want to thank Corey for this wonderfully easy block because I needed an easy block tonight. I'm loving this fabric and this sew along and all these great patterns, and she used some Tula Pink fabric. Janet Adams McLeod made 2 block 22s. She made one using Lisa Bonjean's first American Gatherings collection. The background is Bella Snow. The 3-inch block is made with Summery by Camille Ross Kelly. The background is from the collection, and I love the fussy cut stripe. That's super cute. Kelly Campbell finished this block and realized she didn't piece it quite right. She fussy cut the white pieces, so I decided to leave it. Yeah, I think it's totally fine to leave it. And then Mary Smelko, Sewcialites 3, block 23, with Love block by Jackie McDonald. Melissa Harris, love this cute block. It's block 23, Fruit Cocktail by Fig Tree. Oh, I love that, the cherry. Kathy Anthony Foltz, she's using her Christmas stash, and she made block number 9, a 9-inch block, sorry. My latest 2 blocks, and I absolutely love them. They're very simple but so effective, by Libby Marchant. Charity McDonald, Florabella block with the changes inspired by my fellow Sewcialites. Don't look too close. There are many mistakes with the pieces. The main fabric is beloved. I don't see any mistakes. And then Richard Margaret Crow, block 21 by Sherry McDonald. This block is perfect for her fabric collection. It was fun and straightforward, and she's caught up and ready for Friday. Vicki Howell, block 22. Lynn Morton, blocks 21 and 22. And then on the bottom left, she made an extra train block from the Vintage Christmas book by Lori Holt. And on the bottom right, she made the Christmas star block from Sewcialites 2. She loves this stitch along, and she's excited there's only 3 weeks left that she can finish the quilt top. BJ Ketchy has block 22, super cute. And then Lynn Sue is all caught up. I think those are Robin Pickens fabrics. And then BJ Ketchy. And then Bird Yunk. This was a fun one, block 22. And you can see how hers looks different because she used 3 or 4 fabrics and she used that same fabric on the Flying Geese instead of different ones. So it made it look different. And then Susan Bresnahan, block 22, using Lori Holt fabrics. And then Barbara Matson. Oh, that's super cute. Debbie Jill Wayne, such a cute little block. And then, yeah, I think we're back at the beginning. Okay, so I was going to answer a couple of questions. Thank you, Sharita Carver, for the super sticker. EMD is looking for another sewing machine. I have a Juki 2010. Any suggestion for one that does everything but a good price? I would call Juki Junkies, tell them I sent you. I only use Juki, so I don't know anything else. What's my favorite color to work with? Oh, I have a lot of, do you want to take this? I love to work with whites, pinks, aquas. I really just don't like dark fabrics. As long as it's light, I don't really like purple, don't like black, you know, something that'll match my house. I bet if you went in with an empty water jug, they would fill it. Oh, I don't think they would. No way, they would never do that. That would be awesome though. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the newest Moda catalog. You can find this at modafabrics.com and you can look at the catalog section, and this is the July catalog. These are the Ruby Star girls, and we bought all of their collections this time, and I'm just gonna go through and show you everything we bought. Everything I'm showing you today is online so that you can either click to be notified or order in advance, and we do pay attention to those numbers. So if you're interested and you think you're going to buy something and you click, Kevin looks at that number. So the first couple of pages are about the different basic collections they have. This first collection is called Sidekicks, and it's a February 2027 delivery. I think it's going to be very popular, and it's very much basics. So I wasn't sure if they're going to make it a basic collection, but if you look at it closely, they have had this print before. This is a hole punch print. I don't remember if this is starry or dotty, but a lot of these are prints from before, so these are really great. We are going to be selling a full bolt of this one. We're selling a full bolt of this. It's called Neon Pink Added Up. And you can't really see it, but it's that neon pink that they're really known for. So that is Sidekick. The next collection is by Alexia Marcel Abig. These are some of the patterns that they feature, and you can always find these in the catalog. So they just recolor, and most of these are just other colors, other patterns recolored. So Daisy Days, she said early last year she was going through a box of keepsakes and found one of my favorite dresses, and it had a big sunflower print. And this one's super cute. So it's got a lot of cute prints. So it's got this main daisy, or I guess that's a sunflower. I think this is going to be very popular, and it comes in several colors. And then this might be a great backing. So this cap set will show you all the different prints. There's a skunk, and then this is that same stripe in a different colorway. So Daisy Days by Alexia Abig. So you can see the skunk, the daisy. I think this was really cute. And then this is the one that I think is going to sell really well. And then these 3 prints are going to be canvas. And we sometimes buy their canvases, sometimes don't, but we bought this one. I think this one is going to be the best seller. It is a very, it's a sturdy canvas, but it's not too thick. But I think this is really great for handbags. But also, I think people will use them for handles and great accents to bags. So that's part of the collection. This is print. This is canvas. And then this is the first time we're buying her warp and weft collection. So she does these plaids, wovens, that go with her collections. And I thought these would be really popular, these 3. So this is a thinner fabric. It's still 100% cotton, but you can see, you know, definitely one-sided fabric. So there's polka dots. I think this is a nice print. So these are the wovens that go with it. And then we purchased Sparkle Shopper by Melody Miller. Very cute. This one, they mentioned that several stores had asked for this to be a basic, and I think that's a great idea if Moda's watching. The little hearts, because she's done the hearts in a lot of the collections. And this one is all color, except this one print is black and white, and I think it's really cool. It's a very cool, this is the first time I could be wrong, the first time I remember seeing something black and white, and I think the grayscale on it is very nice. And this also comes in this color, which is bright. So that is Sparkle Shopper. This is a March delivery, 2027. And then we're gonna show 30's Playtime. And I'm only gonna show the catalog if there's a kit or something, just because I think the fabric is a better representation. So, sorry. Lindsay McRae has one 1930s collection a year, about. And so this one is called Iris's Garden. Super cute. My favorite print is this little boy. I guess it could be a little girl, but it's this little print. There's a really nice white on white that's a diagonal. That would make a really pretty background. There's cute balloons, and then there's one other print that I really liked. So really cute. I think the colors on this are perfect. This ships in April. We are pre-selling this one. Jordan is going to show you a quilt kit that we are selling. This is going to be our Jolly Bar kit. So we are offering a Jolly Bar with this collection, and that will be our Jolly Bar pattern, and it's 54 by 66. The next collection is called CXL Wovens, and the first CXLs came out with the Larkspur and Linen collection by Fig Tree. They haven't arrived yet, but it is on the coming soon page. But these, I couldn't figure out what CXL meant. So I asked, and so now I can remember it. It's cotton X linen. So cotton and linen. And so these are much thicker than the crossweave. And I think the colors are great. I think this is going to be the most popular color because it is much, it's a little bit darker than the crossweave they have now, and I think it'll make a great background. I also think this one's really nice. And I heard there's going to be one other color added, which is white, but it won't be part of this bucket. It will be part of a future. This will come in March, and this will be a basic at, so we will keep it until Moda discontinues it. Betsy Chuchian's collection is called Betsy's Best, and really, really beautiful prints. Her fabrics sell excellently, and her best-selling fabrics are her lower volume. and her yellows. The yellows always sell. So she's got that ivy green, poison purple. I think this is a really nice plaid that's really tiny. Betsy's Best March delivery. The next collection is called Cardinal's Nest by Kansas Troubles. It's a smaller collection and it's a February delivery. So this is cream. This is also cream, but it is a darker. There's 3 different kinds. This one, this one, this one, this one. So there's different shades. And then there's the red. So if you wanted to and you didn't want anything that was tonal, you could do a quilt with this, or you could do a busy background with the reds. So I think there's a lot of options in here for you to do lots of stuff with it. And this is a true, this is more red and this is more burgundy as it goes down. Collections for a Cause Heirloom by Howard Marcus Dunn. This is striking. I think you guys are going to love this one. I did not realize how pretty it was until we saw it. The colors are fabulous. And what I love is this right here. That would make such a pretty quilt. Not that this isn't beautiful, but just these chocolates and this paisley is really nice. So I'm going to flip through the browns and the pinks so you can see the prints because it's so cute. And you know, pink and chocolate were very popular about 2 or 3 years ago. So maybe this will bring it back. But look at the beauty of that. That's just really nice. So that is Collections for a Cause Heirloom, shipping in April. The next collection, there's a lot of stuff going on. So this one, I'm going to show you the fabric. I'm going to show you the catalog. I'm going to show you a quilt. I'm going to show you all kinds of things. So this is Dear Daisy by My So Quilty Life. This is available in February 2027. We are pre-selling this, and we are also pre-selling the Charity 2027 quilt that benefits Make-A-Wish. It will be our 14th annual Make-A-Wish quilt. I love this. This is going to be a, you can buy this by the bolt. It is cream, but it is darker than her previous creams. So I love, the whiter a background is, the more I love it. So lots of colors in here. There's pinks, peaches, purples, yellows, greens, just really beautiful. And I think this is going to be very popular, the check, because it's small. So I'm going to show you all of these. And this is by My So Quilty Life, Heather Briggs. I'm going to show you all her patterns and everything. And her greens. So this is Dear Daisy. It is a large collection. This is all available by the yard, and she has one panel. It is a 1 yard or 36-inch wide panel. And the panel is a Dresden, but they're all colored differently. So if you made a quilt with it, you know, they would all be different. Okay, so they are 10 3/4 inches wide. And then I'm assuming they're probably the same this way. Oh, this one, it's taller this way. So it's 12 inches this way, 10 3/4 inches this way. There's a little bit more room here, but what I would do is, if you wanted to square this up, is I would get a square ruler and place the white lines here and here, and that'll tell you exactly how to cut it. So that is her panel. Are we going to show this standing up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna hold.
Okay, so the next quilt, I'm so excited to show you guys. This is the Wish Garden quilt kit. This is going to be the 14th annual charity quilt benefiting Make-A-Wish. We are pre-selling it, and I love this design. Jocelyn designed it. It's 56 by 57. It ships in February, and all the details on the sew along will come later. We are also pre-selling the quilt kit. So I wanted to point out the left and the right are mirror images, the beautiful flower, and then we're going to show the bottom. Do you want to hold this piece? We're going to show kind of that. So you, yeah, let's see. Yeah, so you can see the bottom is so cute. I think this is going to be our most popular charity quilt we've done. And then we're going to show you the Twinkle Twinkle quilt kit that is our Jolly Bar pattern. And that is our Jolly Bar pattern. So I'm not sure which background we used on that, but it's 40 inches by 40 inches. And then I'm going to show you in the catalog. So she has a sweet Dresden pattern that you basically would cut up the Dresdens. You could also make a pillow. She has 4 patterns here. These are older patterns, I believe, and then she has some backpacks. All of this is on our Coming Soon page. This is the collection overall. We will have a Bella Fat Quarter bundle. And then she has a new zipper charm, a new needle minder, some foundation paper, new woven labels. So she has a lot there. And I would say that the collection is more of a salmon, or more of a peach. And then the Howard Marcus, they want to know if it's salmon or pink. I think it's pink. This next collection, I'm going to show you on the table and see if you can kind of tell. This is called Ombre Dreams. And so we're offering this as a design roll, a layer cake, and a half yard bundle. No fat quarter bundles because you can see the ombre goes all the way up. So I'm going to show you the different colors. And if you go over here, you can see it's got a lot of different variations. So you've got, I think there's only 10 colors in this. So those are the first ones. And then these are the next colors. The one on top is the lightest. So this would be, I think, your background. This is by Vanessa, B&Co, Vanessa, and April Delivery. And then this one is purple, and then there's kind of a mix on the bottom. Also by V&Co is the Breezy collection. This one is really, really nice. It has the feel to me of Liberty of London, and it is it's printed on their tighter woven fabric. I think this one might also be 10 SKUs. I'm very interested to see what quilts people make with this, just because it's very unique, and I think you could make some really fun stuff with this. And I think it's very original. This reminds me of the 80s. So this is Breezy. That is an April delivery. Moda put together a bundle called Rainbow Bella. It's going to be available in April, and so they took some of the existing Bellas, made some bundles with it, so we will have those, and they're called Rainbow. Stars and Stripes, this is the one I wanted to show that block with also. This is Camille Ross Kelly's collection. and it's a bigger collection. Okay, so there's prints, and there's gonna be also wovens. So there are, you know, her traditional floral, diagonal stripe. I think this is new, the stars. And then this white on white, I absolutely love this. This is perfect coloring. I feel like I'm always in search of a really good white on white, which is why I have like 10 bolts of white at home. But this is a great, it's not cream, it's not white, I don't know, it's perfect. And we're selling full bolts of that. I think this one is gonna be very, very popular. We have, I think 4 or 5 kits with this. This pink is really nice. It's a little bit pinker in person. I'm definitely going to be sewing something with it. I have not decided what yet. So we've got 2 different blues here. Okay, I'm going to put the block Denise made from Blueprint just to show you, because a lot of people mix and match her collections. So if you put that on there, you can see how if you have a collection of her SKUs, you can easily, you know, if Denise needed one more blue, she could add one in and it would just match perfectly. Now I'm going to put these on top just so you can see them. These are the wovens. And there is a quilt kit using the wovens. And all of her PDF patterns are in stock already. Her paper patterns are on the way. Jordan's going to show you the first kit. It's called Swoon. That uses the wovens and the original Swoon pattern. That is going to come in a Moda keepsake box, and it's 80 by 80. I love it. I would love to make that. I don't know if I'd be too scared because they're woven, but I think that's going to be really popular. The next is our Jolly Bar kit. This is called Betsy Ross, super cute, and that one's 44 inches square. And then this one we decided to kit. So this one we're kitting at Back Quarter Shop because I personally want to make it. That is Red, White, and Swoon, a new pattern from Camille. And then we have one more kit that we found out about yesterday. And it is this one right here. So I believe it's this one. Yeah, this one. So Camille also wanted this one kitted. So this one's going to come in a Moda box kit, and this one is going to come in a Moda box kit. These are prints. These are wovens. And this will be online later today since we just found out about it yesterday. So that's Stars and Stripes by Camille. Ships in March. The next collection is called La Maison Bleu by French General. It's a March delivery. I do think this one is going to be super popular because it's a little bit larger than her last collections, if I'm remembering right, and there's a lot of different shading. So I feel like there's a lot you can do with it because this is a very different cream than this. And you can drop your questions in. I am going to answer them. This is the 13529 French General Solid that she uses. And the 3 that she has in here are all existing colors. They are, they're not new. Ships in March, pre-sold. There are 2 linen canvases. There are 2 Mochi linen panels, and there is a Cosmo embroidery floss package that we got, and we sold out of it immediately, but it is meant to embroider on here. So that is the first color, and then this is the second color. So you can see the differences in it. These always sell out, by the way. And this one this year is, I can't remember the size on this one. Let me look real quick. They are, oh, it's 24 inches. The next collection is Tilbury Garden by Crystal Manning. It's a March delivery. We will have a Jolly Bar with this one. Nice, bright, fun, different. Really like this print. And this one is, it has like a little diagonal in the background, which is really nice. You can't see it on the camera, but it's really nice. So Jordan's going to show you the Lattice Lane quilt kit. It is 50 by 65, and that is going to be the pattern in our Jolly Bar. The next collection is called Ink. It's by Sweetwater. It ships in March. I think this is going to be a hit. I wanted to talk about the different colors. These are creamier. These are still a little, they're not white, but this is lighter than this. These are true black. These two are called charcoal. They're a tiny bit brown, and then the rest are in between. So you've got like your black, your charcoal, and your in between. March delivery, Ink. The next collection, we're also doing a ton of stuff with this one. This is going to be the collection we are featuring in our 2027 Designer Mystery Block of the Month. And I am going to show you block one after I show you the fabric. This is by Corey Yoder. It ships in April 2027. This is the collection. There are 3 108-inch wide fabrics. And we're publishing a book under It's So Emma for Corey. I'm going to show you that in a little bit. So these are your 3 108s. And this really matches, this coloring really matches her previous collections. I'm going to flip through so you can see. We are selling full bolts of this print right here and this print right here. And this is like a little, it's just a flower that it's both vertical and it's all one direction, but it goes up and down, if that makes sense. So it's got movement. Love this collection. I think it's magnificent. I love the colors, and I love that we have blocks to show you so you can actually see how wonderful the collection looks sewn up. I think the colors are just perfect. And then this is her little X that she's known for. And there are 3 coriander seed background prints that go really well with this collection that we added to the page. So if you didn't want that background you saw, you could get another one. So this is the collection overall. We are pre-selling the pre-cuts. For the 2027 Designer Mystery Block of the Month, this is block 1. This is our 20th anniversary of putting this program together. It will be from June 2027 to May 2028. You can buy it 3 different ways. You can buy just the blocks, and that will give you 12.5-inch sampler blocks. You can buy the finishing kit. That is the finishing kit that will have all of the fabric for the quilt top and the binding, but no blocks. So you would need to buy the blocks. That will finish at 62 by 76. The third option is a backing set, and that is our backing set. It's a 44-inch wide and really pretty. So this is 2027 Designer Mystery. That's one way you can purchase this. I think I'm going to be doing all of these. The next one, you get to see a prototype. This is Sunroom Sampler. It's a new book designed by Corey Yoder, published by It's So Emma. This quilt finishes at 72 by 90. You can buy the kit as a block of the month. No, you can buy the kit as a kit that's pre-boxed from Moda, or you can buy just the book. the book does come in the kit. I was going to just flip through the book. Now, obviously, it's not going to look like this. This is just in the, you know, there's going to be a lot more to it. But I wanted to kind of show you our wonderful instructions. So the very front of the book is all of the sampler. I'm going to show you some of the blocks too. After the sampler, we have a catnap quilt. We are going to be offering this as a quilt kit because we got lots of requests. The sun catcher quilt, that will just be in the book. It's not a kit. And then the Sunday market kit uses her prints on the outside and Bella Solids on the inside. We are putting together a Bella Solid fat quarter bundle. And then I'm going to show you some of the blocks that Teresa has made. And again, this is the Sunroom Sampler Quilt. It finishes at 72 by 90. Yeah, so let's let that sit there a little bit and then I'll show you some of the blocks. Okay, so here are some of the blocks. They're all different sizes. They're all pieced. This one's really pretty. So they're all different sizes. We will be doing a quilt along with this, and I will be sewing it along with you guys at the same time. These are the blocks that we're going to take photos of for the book. This, oh, I really wanted to show you. Look how nice this background is. So you can see it's directional, but it's not, if that makes sense. Are these all the blocks or just some?
14 of them.
Oh, 14 of the blocks. So there's a couple more. And we will do the sew along probably over 9 months to a year. We obviously haven't gotten that far, but it will be one of those sew alongs where we spread it out so that there is plenty of time to not get, you know, too overwhelmed.
We do have a tentative date as to when it'll start.
Okay, the tentative date, Denise is going to tell you. June 2027 to
A year.
for a year. Okay. This white on white is really nice. I really like it. So again, thank you to Corey for letting us publish a book. We love this quilt. And my favorite thing about it, Jordan's going to pop it up again. My favorite thing is the couch. I love the couch. So, we will be sewing that, so that's something you can look forward to at Fat Quarter Shop because we will be sewing together and having so much fun. I'm going to sew mine exactly like the cover. The next kit to show you is called Star Blossoms. This is our Jolly Bar design, so Sunroom will have a Jolly Bar. It is 64 inches square. And then Catnap is the next kit. This one is 65 inches square, and that uses a combination of the collection along with the cat. The block we just showed you, see that block right there in the yellow? We can show that block again. So basically, she took 2 blocks from the main quilt. I'll show you. She took 2 blocks from the main quilt. One of them is the cat, which we haven't sewn yet. And one of them is this block right here. So she has combined 2 blocks together from the sampler. Jordan, will you take that image off? So you can see she combined 2 blocks together for that. When you buy the kit, the book does come in the kit.
And the kit does have enough room to starch.
The kit has enough room to starch. If Moda does not include enough fabric, we will add more.
Okay.
And then the next collection is called Meadowbrook by Brenda Riddle. It's a March delivery. And this one will have 2 different quilt kits. My favorite prints in here are the ginghams. She usually does smaller ginghams, and I like that she did bigger this time. She has a really nice floral in here too. Meadowbrook by Brenda Riddle. The Blooming Meadows quilt kit is 58 inches square. That is going to be our Jolly Bar pattern. I really like the design, super fun, simple. Heart Sprinkles is going to be a new It's So Emma Little Pea pattern, and it's 42 inches square, and so we will have a pattern and a kit. The next collection we purchased is Hop Into Spring by Elena Amo, and it is so cute. It's Eastery, but the panel is to die for. So wait till you see the panel. So it's got strawberries. Oh, I forgot to show you the, oh no, that's a collection for the future, sorry. I get too ahead of myself. Sometimes I get to see sneak peeks. Love the little chickies, and I love the strawberries. And then the panel I'm going to show you is 1 yard. So it kind of reminds me of the peep candy. And I wanted to show you on the table because I really like this little grid. So cute. And I think having that grid will make it easier for you to, if you need to cut it down or something, it'll make it a little bit easier. So Hop Into Spring. Oh, and then let me show you the little, look at how cute. Really cute. And this reminds me, we went to a museum when we were in Chicago, and my favorite thing was they had a chicken hatchery. Emma was disgusted. I tried to make her sit there while the egg hatched, and she would not. She was like, Mom, they're not going to really hatch. I was like, what do you think this is? It's a science. Anyway, it was really cool.
Kimberly, do you like Peeps candy?
I love Peeps candy. I know y'all hate it, right? Oh yeah, I knew Jordan. Somebody in here didn't like it. I think it's Jordan, right? This is Magic Stripes. So a couple years ago, I think 2 years ago, Lella Boutique came out with Magic Dots, and it has done wonderfully. So now she has Magic Stripes. She even has a pattern she colored with it that I'm going to show you in a second. We are selling 1 yard bundles of this and fat quarter bundles. We did not do half yard bundles because I think buying a 1 yard bundle would be great for having bindings kind of in your stash. I'm going to show you the pattern she colored because it's really cute.
If you're also into cross stitch, that would make a great finishing background.
Oh yes, it would. So here is the pattern she recolored. Or sorry, this is her new pattern called Garden Party. She colored it in 2 different backgrounds, and she did the stripes all different directions. And then this is going to be a free pattern and a free pattern. Okay, so now I'm going to answer some questions for the Moda. Is the catnap pattern in the book only or in the kit? It is only in the book, but if you buy the kit, you would get it either way. What is a jelly bar? A jelly bar is a 5 by 10 inch pre-cut exclusive to Fat Quarter Shop. My last name is Jolly, so it's named after Jollies. Do we need, okay, I've already ordered that. Okay, what is the size of the Red, White, and Swoon? Let me see the book. Red, White, and Swoon is 50 inches by 70 inches. How many yards are on a bolt of fabric? For the bolts, mostly 15. We always designate that, but 15 yards is what most fabric comes on. Sometimes it's 10 yards. I love the charity quilt. Could it be made a little larger? We're going to offer that in 1 size. Now, I'm sure one of you creative people will turn it into different sizes and put that online, but for us, we're only doing 1. Is there a pattern in the orange and black woven? I don't remember that they have a new pattern for their wovens. Okay, so now I'm going to move into new Riley Blake. So this is going to be Petal and Patch by Cassidy Grace. It is going to ship in April 2027, and we're pre-selling it. This will be her sew along, which is called Petal and Patch Sampler. It uses the Be Vintage Sew Simple Shapes by Lori Holt. So that will be a sew along she's hosting. This is the Hush of Spring pattern published by It's So Emma. We will have the pattern as paper and PDF and a quilt kit and a backing set. Same thing here. Starlit Meadow will have paper and a PDF pattern and a kit. We will also have published 2 of her embroidery patterns. And then this is just an up close look at 2 of the prints. Petal and Patch by Cassidy Grace. And Jordan's going to show you those 2 kits. Hush of Spring is 56 by 76. And Starlit Meadow is 56 by 74. The next collection is called Feels Like Fall by Teresa Kogut. It's an April delivery. And there is 1 panel. This is the panel. It is 35 inches by 42 inches. This is going to be the quilt kit. Jordan can show it to you up close. It's 57 inches by 64 inches. So you can see the panel. What they did is they just added I just want to make sure I tell you right. They basically, let me show it to you here so you can see it better. So this right here is your panel. This around here is pieced, and then the top and the bottom are added. The next collection is called Hot Wheels by Mattel, and this is an April collection. It's a smaller collection. I do really like how there are great backgrounds in it, because I do find sometimes when there is licensed fabric, sometimes it's hard to find a background. It ships in April 2027. There are 2 panels. This is called a softy panel because you make pillows out of it, but it is 100% cotton. So basically this is your front and your back, and you can make these little pillows. And then this is the home stretch panel. This will be a free pattern on Riley Blake's website using charm packs. Liberty Fabrics has 2 new collections.
There's no storyboard.
The other one we don't have a storyboard for, but this one is called Summer Lakes. And so this is the collection right here. And then here are the coordinates, and then this just talks about your pre-cuts. You can get a fat quarter bundle, 5-inch squares, 10-inch squares, and 2.5-inch strips. That will ship in April. Lisa Audit's newest collection is called Little Garden Path. It ships in April 2027, and I think this one is going to be really popular because the colors look perfect. I love the stripe has a little bit of, it actually looks like an actual ribbon, so I think that accent is going to be really nice, and the polka dots are really nice, and of course her florals are always great. This one does have a 108, and it has a panel that is 35 inches wide. So this would be kind of like a pillow panel. You could make front and back, or you could make 4 separate pillows. April 2027. Okay, national parks. We bought all of the new ones. So these have been selling really well. They are all 1-yard panels, meaning 35 inches by 44. So there's Acadia, Badlands. I don't know anything. Let's not pretend I know anything about any of these parks. Kevin was in the appointment asking where all of them were, and I was like, how would I know? I don't know where anything is. I barely know the states. I'm actually just kidding. These are 3 new prints. So these are all 1-yard panels. We bought all of them. This is a 1-yard, this is a 54 by 72 inch panel. There's an existing one like this. It's very popular, but this one is the newer version. This is an all over toss, and this is a wide back. we bought all of the coordinating prints also. So the coordinating prints will come in April. Some of them are existing and we ordered those to come now, so it's kind of a mix of dates. Anything you see on Riley Blake that's a national park, if we don't have it and you would like us to have it, you can just email me. This one is my favorite. Okay, out of everything I'm showing you today, this is what I'm most excited about, and I'm going to tell you why. It's really hard to get me excited because I've been doing this for 23 years, and it's hard to find stuff that I just haven't seen before, and I love this. This collection is called Silly Goose by Echo Park, ships in April 2027, and I'm not into geese, but the two girls in here with me love geese, but I saw this and I about died. So, love the collection, April. This is Lori Holt's Gentler Times pattern series. There are 9 patterns that came out. We sell those individually and as a set. We are going to put together this fabric kit. So Holly that works at Riley Blake and Lori Holt colored this quilt. Nova's going to do like a color conversion. So when you get your kit, it'll tell you exactly, which fabric to use where. And we're going to do this as a 9-month sew along, actually 10 months. We'll probably do the blocks as each month and then the finishing as the final month. Now, these are all the same geese block. They're just colored, each one's colored differently, and then each block is different. So we're going to put a ton of time into this, into making it to where when you get this, you know exactly what to do. It's easy for you to pick up. And it's a fabric kit. So if you already have the Gentler Times patterns, you don't have to buy those. It's a fabric kit. Super excited about this. It is 78 by 90 inches. And Jordan's going to show you a pop-up of it so you can see it a little bit bigger. Look how cute!
Are you sewing along?
I'll try. That'll be my first quilt ever. I've never made a quilt. So.
Oh, you're going to start with that?
I don't know. We'll see.
Girl, maybe we need to help you. I think it is really cute. Now, it does have a tad of purple, but I'm okay with it. I called Lori and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this quilt. So I think she was excited that I love it. But because I'm not a geese person in any way, but I saw this and was like, this is fire. Sorry, I'm old. This is the Vintage Boo collection by My Mind's Eye, ships in April. I think it's very cute. I love the little, I love the coloring of it. I love everything about this collection. This is probably my favorite Halloween collection I've seen for next year. This one has a quilt kit that is packaged by Riley Blake. It's called Hocus Pocus Light. And it's 60 by 72, and I think that probably uses templates. We haven't seen the pattern in person yet, so I can't give you more information on the hat and how that is pieced. I don't know if we did. Okay, let me see this next one. Can you look and see? This is Christmas Cheer by Sean Wallace. This is very vintage. It's a much smaller collection. It's a May delivery, and I love the coloring of it. Very vintage. These are the 108s. And then these are some patterns that coordinate. We did not get the National Park creatures. This is Keep It Green Smoky Bear by Riley Blake. It's a May delivery. And I think this one is going to do as good as the first one because it's very traditional. It goes back to just very simple prints. There are 2 different panels. This is a 1-yard panel. And this is a 23-inch panel. And this kind of cracked me up because he's like hugging the tree. What do you call that? A tree hugger? I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny. Okay, the next collection is called Witchy Vibes. It's also by Lisa Audit, and it is Halloween themed. And it has some spider webs, skulls, stripes, and then, you know, some very vintage apothecary type theme.
We got a comment, Kimberly, for you to make another quilt for Kevin with the Smokey Bear collection.
Not unless he doesn't put me on a he is never going to live down the fact that he put me on a Chicago subway, whatever he did. He's in the doghouse.
The next one's a pop-up.
Oh, the next one's a pop-up. This is a quilt kit that goes along with this. It's called New Wheels Runner, and it's 14 by 64.
And then the next collection is a pop-up.
This is the Liberty collection I was talking about called Wisely Grove, and I think a lot of people will buy this because it is kind of like a basic Liberty type fabric. Orchard Blooms by Liza Taylor is a May delivery. Love the colors on this and the strawberries. You know, strawberries have been popular for a while, and you know, sometimes trends go in and out. I think this trend is actually coming back up again. Let me see if there's I don't think there's a 108. No. Oh, there are some new patterns by Liza Taylor handmade, and they're foundation pieced. I think they're going to be really popular, and I think they are going to come with the paper inside because of the price. I have not seen them in person yet. I am very excited to see them because I think I would try them, and there's some really cute ones, so we'll keep our eye on that when it comes in and show you. Peace on Earth by Sandy Gervais. This one is really nice. The colors on it are great. I love that there's like the brown and the tan. It's very vintage. It is a May delivery, and it coordinates really well with her collection she came out with this year. There are 2 quilt kits with this one. Circle of Cheer, and that is a pattern written by Sandy Gervais, so you can get the kit or the pattern or both. And then this is also a pattern by Sandy called Grammy's Candy Runner. This one is 19 by 59, and I really like the little candy, really cute. Waddle's Christmas by Teresa Kogut is also a May delivery, and this one has the geese too. It's got some quilt blocks, cross hatches, and then this one has a running stripe. The running stripe will not be, this is it, the size. This is the actual scale. This is the repeat. This print will not be in the fat quarter bundles. This is the panel. It is a 1-yard panel, and then this is the kit that Riley Blake is offering. Jordan will show it to you. It's a panel quilt. So you can see it there. So you can, if you look at the panel right here, you can really tell where the panel stops and the quilting piecing starts. That quilt finishes at 35, no, that quilt finishes at 58 by 65. The next collection we wanted to show you is called Sifted Flower by Henry Glass. This is an April 2027 delivery, and I'm very excited to see this fabric in person because I'm not sure how much texture it has, but I think the colors are amazing. This is an April 2027 delivery. We are pre-selling this one, and we are also publishing a pattern for her that's called Flower Mill. And you can either buy this as a pattern or as a quilt kit. This one is 59 inches square. Okay, now I wanted to remind you that Boo to You starts on Monday. So make sure you get your kit. We will sell out of the kits. If you purchased an early access pattern, the full pattern will be emailed to you this Monday. Video tutorials will start on Tuesday. So I know some of you will have bought it and made the whole thing by Tuesday because it's easy enough for you to do that. So I am kind of like waiting to see who the first person is that does it. Okay, now I'm going to talk about Lori's brand new crochet book and all of her new notions. So the first thing I want to do is focus on Lori and what she's done, and then I'm going to show you the Kimberly version of it. So this book has been in the works for 2 years. It's So Emma is publishing it, and this is a prototype. I'm going to flip through it. Well, I don't really want y'all to see everything because it's brand new. So very substantial book, 91 pages, beautiful photography. I just know she doesn't want everybody to see everything yet. We are pre-selling this book. It is going to start shipping in August or September. And we are pre-selling a ton of these. So if you're interested, I would pre-order now. There are 13 projects. There is the basic granny square. There is a sheet of all of her notions that she recommends for making her projects. There is a guide to every thread color she offers in her chunky thread. And then the project, she has a pin cushion, a bunting, a scarf, small pillow, a granny pillow, a patchwork pillow, canning jar cozies, an Afghan, stockings, a bow, a sewing book, a project bag, and a pot holder. I'm going to show you some of those in a second. Now, as soon as this book comes out, Lori is going to come on our live stream and she's going to do a trunk show showing everything from the book remotely on her, on our channel, but her, like her on a video call. Okay. So now that I showed you the book, she let me see what month these are going to come out. In October. So the book is going to come out in September. In October, she's going to have 8 new chunky threads. That's going to give her like a total of somewhere between 50 and 60. I don't remember the number off the top of my head. So those are going to be her new colors. You can download this from Riley Blake's website. These, once those colors come out, this will be her library of colors. They are all in stock at Fat Quarter Shop. They will all stay in stock at Fat Quarter Shop. Along with the brand new individual skeins, she's selling this chunky thread yarn sample pack, and it's got a little bag with this in it. So cute. I can tell you maybe I've seen the actual thread. Maybe I haven't, but I can tell you it's really cute. And then I'm going to show you her other notions. These are all existing notions. So you can buy those now. This is her existing yarn bowl and her existing yarn winder. This will be a new chunky thread notions case. So it's a triangular shape so that you can put your notions and then your little skeins will fit in there. These are her existing notions. This is her existing blocking board. It's pink. She's going to have a new one that's blue. It's slightly bigger, and these are both two-sided, meaning one side you can block squares. The reverse side you can block circles. Cute new pin cushion. These are great scissors. I've actually seen them. They're serrated, and they're awesome. So they're micro serrated. They're going to be used for her yarn and her applique. These are her stork scissors you can get now. These are her existing, I'm trying to think of the name of it, stitchy readers. Her So Easy seam guides, they used to be circular. Now they're going to be more of an oval rectangle, and they're going to be in the color Raindrop and Cider. The So Simple storage, I can't wait to get those. These are all in stock, except this one is going to be new. It's called Chunky Thread Triple Crochet. She is going to have a set of colored pencils with a sharpener, a new chunky thread notebook. The front cover of the book is going to be available in a puzzle, and she's going to have new playing cards, a new vinyl yarn bag, and a new vinyl project bag. Some of this down here is existing. These are going to be new home deck fabrics, 4 new home deck fabrics, 1 new panel. And this is going to be zippy bags 5. We do have zippy bags 1 through 4 panels on our site. They are all 54 inches square. They are home deck weight fabric. And then these are her happy zippers, set 1, 2, and 3. We have all 3 of those in stock. And then these are some of her older fabrics that we already have in stock. Will she have a new Christmas ornament? There is something in here. This is going to be the Christmas ornament, but it's available now. It's not going to be new. This is the basket of yarn. This is the only one she's going to have. Okay, so let me have the book. And I'm going to kind of show you what I've done with the book. Now, I haven't done everything, but I have been really testing the book because I want to make sure that it's perfect. So the first thing I have made is this pin cushion. This is the first project in the book. Just super simple. It's basically a granny square. You put them together, you sew on the outside. Teresa made the little pillow form for the inside, and I used the same. If you take the color name of her chunky thread that you use on the outside, you can get the matching C120 confetti cotton, which is what we did. So this is that. And then this one is from years ago. This one Lori had sent me as a gift. So I just wanted to show you, I have her original one. These are her original thread colors from release 1. And the inside she made a denim pillow form, and then this one we did aqua, and then they're both the same on the front and the back, but you can do different. So that's in the book. The granny square small pillow. This one is in the book, and I made this exactly like the book. I used the same exact colors Lori used. I basically just recreated it so that I could test the pattern. And then this inside is just a pillow, a 12-inch square pillow I bought at Fat Quarter Shop. And we used that same C120 confetti cotton to make the pillow form on the inside. We just covered the previous pillow. So that's exactly like the book. The envelope granny pillow. This is exactly as shown in the book because we used this during the photo shoot to show how you put this together. So this is one side. Basically, this is a big granny square if you look at it. So your granny square is this way. You fold it in. So you folded your granny square in and you put together your line. It's super easy. And this is just a pillow that, let me see. I think Lori got it for me. I think it was something that I don't remember if I bought it or Lori bought it, but basically this is exactly the same. It's called envelope granny pillow. Everything I'm showing you today is using Lori Holt's chunky thread. Every pattern, I'm going to kind of show you the detail of the pattern, but every pattern tells you exactly what colors she used in hers if you want to make it exactly the same. We're also going to do a blog post of the projects I made and the changes I made. Everything I've shown you so far was exactly the same, but now we're going to move to ones I changed the colors of. And this is the actual one that we, it's in the book because we showed seaming it in the book. In the book, she has a granny square sewing book. This one I did change the colors. We will list the colors in that blog post. The blog post will not be done until I finish the next couple of things. Zoom. Sorry. So this one, I made the 4 granny squares you make to make the sewing book all exactly the same. You don't have to. So basically, double-sided granny square. There's instructions on how to do this perfectly in the book. This one is a pocket, so you can put your scissors in it. Obviously, not that way, the other way. And then this is a pencil holder. And this, we had felted wool made by Primitive Gatherings that we're selling for this, specifically for the book, if you want to make this. So this one, I changed the colors because I wanted something a little bit different. And I did this so I could test the pattern. Another thing is she has hers with a covered button, just like this. I didn't have a covered button at home when I did this, so I just used a regular button for my stash. So this is her sewing book. This is the Granny Square project bag. So I made mine a little bit different than hers. Okay, so it's, let's see. So inside there are 8 granny squares. I made them just solid just to make it easier. And then the outside, I made them all the same. So there's 16 granny squares here. This is my color version. And I put 1 button here. She has 5. I'm going to show you hers in the book so you can see the difference and how you can really make the book very unique to yourself. So here's hers. Hers is scrappy all the way through. So all 16 of hers are different and they're all scrappy. And then obviously this is missing the scallop on the bottom because I haven't gotten to that. I have not forgotten. I just forgot the other day, but I remembered since then. I remembered about 4 hours after I finished it that I did not have the scallop done, but I have actually tested the scallop already, so I know it works. So this is just a cute little bag. It's super thick. You wouldn't think it was that thick, but I mean, it'll hold. Now we did buy, meaning I bought some handles from Amazon because I thought they would look good, and Alicia told me they looked bad. So because I don't want to make handles, and she doesn't have a handle on hers, but I just thought, oh, we could do something different. Well, it did not look good. And this, I know right here, this is not perfect right here. I made a little boo-boo. I can even that out, and I am going to even that out. It's super easy. I wouldn't even worry about it. Y'all probably wouldn't have even noticed it if I didn't tell you, but basically it's assembled, just squares, and then it's a lot of joining. And there's nothing else in here. It's basically yarn and a button. There's no interfacing. There's nothing funny in it. Where's the stockings?
I don't.
Oh my gosh, they're in my office. I forgot. They're in my office. Will you go grab them? They're in the block. They're in the box. Can you zoom back? Let me get these. Sorry. Okay. These are pot holders. So this is let me show you the pot holder in here. So for the pot holders, you need 4 skeins. 2 for the inside, 2 for the outside. But if you do it and you make it reversed, those 4 skeins will make 2 pot holders. So Kylie and Veronica tested the pattern. This is one colorway they came up with, and they you use 2 strands at one time. So this is one colorway that Kylie and Veronica did. This is another. And this is another. And the reason we did this is I wanted to make sure the instructions for the little hanger worked good, and everyone followed it a little bit differently, and they all came out a little bit differently. I'm going to talk about the stockings. I can't believe I forgot that. Okay, so the stockings. She gives you 3 different sizes, small, medium, and large. They each, basically it's all granny squares. There's nothing else in here. It's no interfacing or anything. I thought it would be. It's just very simple. So all of hers are made scrappy. And the instructions are all the same. The difference is this has 2 rows here. This one has 3. This one has 4. So the instructions are all very similar. We give you instructions on how to make all of them. And I just wanted to show you, she made her scrappy. I am making all 3. I have these 2 done. This one, I'm almost done. I really tried to get it done today, but I did not. So she's going to show it. She's going to bring my version, but I'm going to flip through and just kind of show you things that I didn't show you a little bit about so that you know what else is in the book. So you can have it when Lori when Lori brings, does there is a bunting, and we are making this, or I'm making this for the set so that we have it for us on the set. So this is another project in the book that I didn't show you. There's a scarf, really cute, really easy. Okay, so that's the small pillow I showed you, the envelope pillow I showed you. There's another granny square pillow, the jar cozies, the Afghan. The Afghan uses 216 squares. And Lori made everything in this book. There's the 3 stockings. Okay, so this is my small stocking. This is my large stocking. And then this is my medium stocking that started. So you can see what I want to show you is this. This one is 2 rows here. The medium is going to be 3 rows, and the tall is 5 rows. And what I wanted to do, the hardest part for crochet for me is doing the whole scrappy thing. So Lori helped me pick these colors, and I think they all go well together. And what I've done is the scallop and the border up here is the same as the center. And I did this one last night. I want to show you the inside. I'm going to flip it out. Okay, so on this one, and the instructions are great. The photos are great. It tells you exactly what to do. You can see all the seams here? She hid the seams on this, on the inside. But if you look at the envelope pillow, for example, and the bag, your seams are outside here. This is a seam here. She hid it here. So when you push it back over, you don't see any seams. So you don't even have to worry about the direction of the seam or anything like that because it's hidden. But here, obviously you see the seam. So there's different ways to do it. You can hide your seam, you can have fun with that. This is a single crochet. Hold on. That's a single crochet, and this is a single crochet. One thing you can do that's different if you want is anytime she tells you to join with a single crochet, you can join with a slip stitch, and it's going to be a little bit thinner. And that is all in the book. The cute cupcake pans that are in the book, those are actually vintage trays that she hand painted herself. They are definitely not in the book. Those are vintage ones she has done. So that's all about the crochet book. Now this book is great if you're a beginner, but you do need to know how to crochet before. So if you're not sure how to crochet, Lori Holt has a YouTube channel. She has a whole playlist on crocheting, and you can watch those, and you will be able to do these. The book, does it tell you how to continue the next round in the same color? It tells you, it does not. What she says is this. I'm going to read it to you exactly. The way that Lori does it is, hold on. That is in the pot holder section of the book. To make, hold on, I'm trying to think of how I say it. Where did I put it? Instead of fastening off each round, slip stitch to the next corner to start the next round. So if you start here, basically instead of fastening off, she just slip stitches to the next corner. There are different ways to do that, but the book mainly is focused on scrappy. The only one in the book that is not scrappy is the pot holder. What chunky thread colors did I use for the small stocking? I can read it. Let's see if it's up there, Jordan. But all of it's going to be in the blog post. The small, I used rounds 2 and 4 are chamomile. So all the backgrounds and all my stockings are chamomile. This is thyme, and this is tea rose. This one is chamomile, blossom, and sweet mint. And then my other one is beehive and blush. And I wanted it to be, it's funny how they look different, but this is the same exact width. But okay, well, they are a little bit different. It's probably because I did a tighter stitch here. It was a different day, but they're supposed to be the same width. The wood things that you show where they have squares on, is that available? These are called,
And the blocking board is what she's talking about.
okay, these are called vintage, hold on, let me tell you.
Pins.
Doll pins. You can find those on Etsy. What Denise thinks you're asking about is the wooden thing you have your squares on. That is being made by us. It will be in stock September. Let me see. Oh my word. Oh look. Okay, this is a great. Look what I did. Okay. I am notorious for not leaving my tails long enough. So my tail came undone and this came undone. But I can fix that very fast. So what I'll do is I'll run a needle through, anyway. Don't let me leave today without, I could probably fix it. Is there, oh, that color's probably not in there. I can show you how to fix it. But Lori has told me before I don't leave my tails long enough. I'm notorious for that. So.
Just glue that baby down.
Oh, no. I'm glad you saw it though. Okay, the first thing I'm going to show you, we have some new kits from manufacturers. The first one, of course, is Lori's. This is the Pumpkin Spice Runner Kit. We showed it to you in the packaging on a previous live stream. This has the exclusive Pumpkin Spice Runner pattern by Lori Holt, published by Riley Blake in the kit. They will eventually release that separately at some point. A rectangular trim it ruler to make these is included in the box. It finishes at 34 by 84. And so it's basically pumpkins with flying geese. It's pretty long. And then I'll show you the backing they did. It's different than the backing that we did. And this is how Riley Blake labels theirs. The second kit is by Bev McCullough. It's called Cozy Autumn Quilt Kit. Oh my gosh. It's huge. I didn't realize it was this big. It's 79 inches square. It comes in a Riley Blake keepsake box. We showed you that box last week. And it's all corner squares or half square triangles. And this is her Cozy Autumn collection by Bev McCullough. So those are the two kits we have where we borrowed the quilts from the manufacturers. Now we have new products. Okay, from the Baked with Love, we've been showing that for weeks and weeks. Everything is now online at Fat Quarter Shop. Every kit, everything. This is the Thanksgiving at Grandma's Sew Along guide. You can print this at Riley Blake for free. If you buy the kit from us, we have printed it for you in full color, so you do not have to do that. It comes in your kit. This is an applique kit. You do need to buy the So Simple shapes separately. Those are called, I gotta find the name of it.
Thanksgiving at Grandma's.
Thanksgiving at Grandma's So Simple Shapes. So you do need to buy those separately. Here's all the fabric. This would also be bought separately. This is the vintage trim that you put on the inside. And then to do the applique, if you want to do it Lori's way, she recommends the 14-inch pre-cut size because some of these are bigger. Now, of course, if you have her smaller sizes, you could also use that for some of the smaller pieces. So, Baked with Love is all online. We are about to start the Thanksgiving row Quilt Along. My Secret Garden by Stacy Itsu is now in stock. Hers came with a collector's bin. Super cute. And they have the, I think it's 8-inch squares, mini charm pack, quilt labels. I think these are real seeds. Real sunflower seeds. Oh my gosh, I bet Alicia would know what to do with that. Do you think you would?
No.
I would just, you know what I would do? I would just be like that. See if they grow. And then a cute little bag. It's double-sided. I love this side. Stickers. Ribbon. And the ribbon is only available in the box. It's actually very intricate. A pouch by Chrissy Lux.
And that ribbon goes with.
Oh yeah, and then the ribbon you can use on this. Oh, it's right here. Sorry, it's right there. So basically you would use this and this to make this. Exclusive pattern in the box is Garden Joy by Stacy Itsu. This is Stacy. This is a cute little charm. California poppy and butterflies. I just want to do this all day. Okay, I'm going to flip through and show you, and then I'm going to show you the panel also. So these are some of Stacy's previous groups. I think her very first group might have been Back to School. She's done robots, she's done lions, she's done reindeer, all kinds of collections. She may or may not have a crush on Timothy Charlemagne. I don't have any, I know how to say his name, I have no idea who he is. Who is he? For what?
Nothing you've seen.
Jordan just said an actor for nothing I've seen because I don't watch movies. But okay, just tell me a movie.
Bob Dylan movie?
Bob Dylan movie, okay. Well, some people watching might have...
Dune?
Dune? Oh, Peyton likes Dune. He's gonna go see Spider-Man with Kevin tomorrow. Emma has already seen it. Kill me now. That child, she is all into Marvels and all this stuff because her boyfriend is. I'm like, oh my gosh. She's like doing puzzles of Marvel. I'm like, what happened to you? Oh, you were like a little princess.
Love. Kimberly, love how.
Girl, no. There ain't none of that. There ain't no, I'm not, there, I do not commingle my hobbies with Kevin. He's already talking about football. And now Emma has decided she's in a fantasy football league with his family. I'm like, I'm not sure where you came from, but I will tell you, we went to the whatever game, Cubs or whatever that was. She knew the whole game better. Her and Peyton were explaining the game to me, and I was like, I was sitting there crocheting and actually thinking, y'all think I really care? I really don't. I could give a rat's butt. Sorry. I do not commingle. And so Kevin's already talking about going to UT games. I'm like, you can save the money on my ticket and just let me buy some shoes or something. I have a limit. I can buy one pair of shoes a year and one purse every 2 years. And I'm at my limit. I've already spent my money. So I do have very few shoes. I wear the same ones for like a year straight. Okay, here is the panel. It's one of her larger panels. It's really pretty. This is my secret garden. So they're like seed panels, seed packets. Really cute. That's my secret garden. The next collection is Miss Molly by Betsy Chutchin. And so I just showed you, can you do the top camera? I just showed you her newest one, and you can see it mixes really well with this one. I'm gonna find it and just show you. So if you take the next one, I might not have grabbed all of it. You can see how this will really mix. See the yellows and the browns. So this is Betsy's Best, which is coming out next year, and this is in stock now. It's called Miss Molly 1850 to 1890. Three Sisters now has a basic collection. It's called Solids, and these solids have been released before in previous collections, and based on requests from quilt shops, they have made it a basic. So we have all of these available in pre-cuts and yardage. The pre-cuts will be discontinued, but the yardage will stay in stock as a basic. And it's got a little modeling, but not too much. Let me see. So you can kind of see the texture. Breathtaking Blues by Three Sisters. So here is the collection, and this is just an example of some of the solids and how they look really nicely with the collection. They're current and past collections. Riley Blake, we have two batik collections. This is Citrus Splash Expressions, and this is Canyon Shadow Expressions. And I believe these are going to be used for a sew along they are doing online, which is why we purchased them. Northcott has Happy Place Solids 5 by Marcus Happy Place Solids 5 by Anna Maria for Northcott. These coordinate with her collection. She has a line of collection. I've been talking too long. She has a line of solids, and as she comes out with different collections for that season, she does solid bundles so that it goes with that season, so you can kind of have something pre-curated. Marcus Fabrics has been doing the Primo plaids for years and years and years, and every year we do a selection of them, and they run them one time, and we keep them in stock until they're gone. They are a really nice flannel. They are pretty thick, and they usually do a Christmas, a Halloween, and something very lumberjack. So this is called Holiday Cheer. So if you're looking for a plaid, these are much, this is a much nicer plaid than just a basic solid. It's very thick. White Isle Textiles this is Growing in Color by Kimberly Smith. So it is a floral collection with butterflies. So you've got the butterflies. The panel is 23 inches wide, and it's kind of like a watercolor-ish. So I wanted to show you with the fabric, because the fabric, some of it has a watercolor feel to part of it, and some of it does not. Island Batik has Posy Twist Batiks. We buy a lot of Island Batik, and it sells really well. They always have a great mix of colors, meaning you don't just buy something that's like blue and brown. There's a range, and I think Island Batiks, it's easier to make a quilt with theirs because there are so many colors. Hoffman's newest collection is called Whispering Ferns, and if you have not joined our Hoffman Batik Fat Quarter Club, that is one of our most popular clubs, and this bundle will be in it. Okay, we have some new notions. Okay, this next thing I hope we don't sell out of. Please tell me we don't. Okay, now let's be real. Kimberly Jolly, I'm not a fan of purple. I saw these and I about died. They are so cute. So Denise and I don't remember, did you see them first or did I see them first? One of us saw them first.
I saw the quilt that was hanging.
Okay, and she was like, look at that. This is so pretty. So this is like very shiny. This is by Yaya Han, and she is a, what do you call that? A cosplay. She's either an actor or character. Designer character, and she was there dressed up. It was so awesome. So these are Oliso irons. So they came out with the regular size and the small size. This is the mini project iron. It does have this little trivet, so if you go to a retreat, you could keep that one. This one does not come with a trivet. There is also a ironing board cover. This would fit like a standard ironing board that you would get from like Walmart. It's just a standard size. And then this bag, these are actually really popular. This is for the large iron. And we have these in a lot of colors like green, blue, but this one matches. And then just so you know, if you love Cafe, we also have a small Cafe iron and a large Cafe iron. And then we have all of the colors of Aliso. It is the iron I used before I got the Laura Star. So cute. And it's so, I mean, I know my mom would love this. She doesn't really sew anymore, but like purple is my mom's color. So I could just buy it for her. She could like decorate her house with it. But yes, me and Denise really like it. And that's saying a lot because I don't like purple at all. We have this new fabric called Petty Pan. And Denise found this vendor at H&H, and I made some blocks with the fabric recently. It was really nice to work with. I'll make it nice, Jordan, I promise. So these are, they're called fabric bundles, and what they are, their size is on 50 centimeters by 70 centimeters. So, but on our site, we do give you the inches. So this is something where they each have 5, and so you could do like a fat quarter quilt with them. So these are Petty Pan, new vendor, really like it. They also have these little 4-inch squares. This is turquoise and lemon yellow. And we just bought these because this is a great way if you want to try a new vendor. And these don't have the jagged edge or anything, so they're just a little bit different. I like the little bag they're in. There's also some new buttons. These are really cute. These are the white flower buttons, and these are called mermaid buttons, but they're not mermaids. They're just little glitter. And then we bought this selfishly. Me and Denise bought this so we could buy it. We're really bad. This is so cute. It fits the iPad, right? So the iPad he was using when he took our order. So it's, you know, and then I think it's really cute. It's really nice. It's got the quilting on the front and the back. It's very thin. I don't own an iPad, but this would also be a great cross stitch bag. Just really cute. You could even I could add one of those handles I bought from Amazon for my other bag. I wanted to show you some of the foundation papers by Layla Gardunia. I haven't used them, but they have been very popular. And these are foundation papers. There are 25 different scrappy in here. So I think you get 2 pages of each. And it's the actual paper. So you can see the first 2 pages are the same. The next 2 pages are different. And it tells you all your cutting right here, so you want to save this. But she has scrappy diamonds, she has scrappy stars, I think she has scrappy triangles. She has a bunch of scrappy, and it's been very popular. So since we got the new one, I wanted to show it to you. I haven't tried it yet, but it is definitely a product I would like to try, and the paper seems really nice. So that is Scrappy Diamonds foundation papers. And then we got some new buttons by Sarah Hart. Heirloom tomatoes, small and large. These are really cute. These are really big. Small blue daisy and a large blue daisy. Oh, that's cute. That would look good on my little crochet. And then some new sew-in labels. This one says made by grandma, and Jordan was like, you need that. And I was like, I'm not a grandma, do not jinx me. Made by mom. And then some just cute little quilt blocks. Do you want me to do questions, or there's not really? Okay, what are the quilts behind Kimberly? Okay, this one right here is Woven Stars, 6-inch paper. There is a free downloadable pattern on how to turn the paper into this. It's called Scrappy. Woven Star Scrappy. Denise's, oh, this one is Moda Blockheads 6, That is using Corey Yoder's A Bloom collection. And that one you can either get the pattern free on Moda's site or you can purchase it in a little booklet from us. Do I take pre-orders for the bolts? We usually click to be notified, but if you want one, you can always call customer service and see. They might be able to take a pre-order. Let me just see if there's anything else. Huh?
I'm adding.
Oh, are the 2027 designer blocks intermediate or advanced? I would say intermediate. I would say definitely not advanced. Lots of pieces, but if you take your time. I wonder if you can make scrappy foundation papers work 3D shapes like stars and diamonds. Oh, I don't know. We're doing good to do flat, not 3D, because me and Denise don't know the Pythagorean theory. Is that what it's called?
Pythagorean theorem?
Yeah, there's a whole conversation about Pythagorean theorem. One day, me and Denise were trying to find something. I was like, I don't know. Literally, we were just like, how do we do this? I don't know. And then Denise walked upstairs. She came back. She's like, Justin said to do the Pythagorean theory. And I was like, oh, Lord. I'm not kidding. And that is how we came up with a product here. And like, literally, it took Jocelyn like 2 seconds. And we were like, and then I think Jordan was like, don't y'all know the Pythagorean theory? And we were just like, no, we don't. Okay. I think that's it. I've been running my mouth for way too long. Thank you so much for watching. We truly appreciate it. I'd love for you to comment and just let me know which fabrics you're looking forward to. I think my very favorite is Silly Goose. So that is quite the departure for me, which I love because I'm stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit. I hope all of you have a great weekend. And we have a super chat from Jenna Stewart. Thank you so much. And we will see you guys next week.